What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the best channel on YouTube. Today, we got another segment of Podcast Sunday, where me and guests speak on different topics about self-improvement and motivation, personal-wise and business-wise, while also providing some fire gameplay. Appreciate you watching. Let's get into it. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Podcast Sunday. You already know this. You know the vibes already with it, okay? Back out here. So y'all know who's here. Y'all know what's going up. Y'all know what's going on. Yes,
sir. Right? We're back. We're back for another podcast episode. Of course. It's Sunday, so the podcast is here. It's been growing in popularity.
Yep.
More people have been checking it out. I've been trying to put it on shout out in the stream. But yeah, podcast is growing, and we're just more motivated than ever to get these out to you guys.
Exactly. Dropping those keys to knowledge for y'all. So as always, we start off with the weekly. The weekly recaps. Bro, do you have to mow your lawn right now?
Sheesh. How are people even mowing lawns at this time?
I don't even know, bro.
That's tough. There's no grass.
But yeah, if y'all don't mind that mowing low in the background, hopefully my boy don't go too long. Bro, my window is closed. All right, it's not good.
Sheesh.
All right. So I guess I'll start off with mine first. So my weekly recap, I think y'all kind of know what's been going on with me in my YouTube weekly. I've been on the stream every day. I've been doing my little short. I got my short afternoon stream. It's like an hour. Then I got my late night standard long stream. It's been going great. I've been having more interaction in the chat, having more interaction. That's with all you people in general, because I've been, playing with subscribers and stuff like that. So, I'm getting a little taste of how it's going to be when I, finally get that traction to my channel and stuff like that. But it's cool right now. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, a lot. Yeah, it's just, I've just been growing, trying out different things, and it's been going pretty good. So I categorize this week as one of the better weeks for me. I kind of figured everything out. I figured out how to make sure my stream isn't laggy anymore, so everything's running smooth. It's just been lit. It's been lit. So I don't have any bad things to say about this week. It's just been a nice week.
That's crazy. It's crazy how the tables have turned. if you go back a few podcasts ago. You'll hear Zeph talking about how his week's been terrible.
It's trash.
Unmotivated. But finally found what works for him.
Yes, sir.
And you've been streaming every night?
Every day and every night. I think I missed one afternoon where I didn't stream.
Nice.
Yeah, nice. Get a little bit tired, but I'm still pushing through.
That progression.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with my weekly recap now. It's been good. So currently this week I had a pretty unique experience where, and I've done this a little bit in the past, but I had the opportunity to start interviewing people to replace me in my job. So in my job, I'm working in this current job for a year before I go off to school. And because I'm leaving around June, I wanted to start the hiring process and getting people in to interview. So I essentially have to interview somebody to replace me, and that's kind of how the position works, year to year.
Gotcha.
And it's been pretty cool. I've interviewed people in the past as a personal training manager. I've had to interview people and hire people for a job. I actually didn't have much experience, have much success with that in the past. Not because I didn't find somebody that fit the position, but I felt myself being too stern or too hardcore, trying to scare people away or be this tough guy. And I actually made one of the trainers cry one time. because it was probably her just being super emotional already, but also I was not being the most personable, I guess, in that moment.
Dang.
So the way that the hiring process for personal training works is you would come in and sit with me, and we discuss your experiences, and then you'd also come, or you'd also do an on-floor session. So you'd be training. You would essentially be training with me, and just showing me how you would treat an actual client.
Gotcha.
If you were to be a trainer.
Gotcha.
So I was pretending to be this like terrible, really awful client that like didn't understand form, was doing my form all bad, just to see how they would react and see how they would teach, somebody that's difficult to work with. Yeah. And essentially this person didn't understand that concept and thought that I was just like a mean person. And they just started, they're like, I can't do this. And ran off and started crying. And I had to like calm them down. I'm like, are you an adult? Dang. But anyway.
Calm down.
Yeah, but that was a good experience. So I got that experience again with this job.
Yeah.
Except that was a little bit more nice.
Gotcha.
But it's cool. It's cool getting to just like talk to different people, learn more about them. And just see, what you kind of looked like back when you were interviewing, and kind of see like what you're looking for in the position and how people can fit that.
Got you. No, that's it. That's lit. I mean, have you seen anybody, any good candidates yet or not?
I definitely have. I kind of I screened them before. I did like a telephone conversation with them before to see if they'd just be deserving of like an in-person interview.
Yeah.
So I kind of already knew the people coming in would be solid. Yeah. So I wouldn't like waste either of our times. And I had like good letters of recommendation from people, or good recommendations and references. So I already knew that they were going to be pretty good. But sometimes you get shocked and people are better than you expect, or people are worse than you expect. So it's one of those things where you just kind of have to be neutral. You can't like be too happy with them, because then they're going to think that they have the job in the bag. And you can't be too stern, because then you're going to turn them off from the position altogether. So you got to be welcoming. And then ultimately, it's not my final decision to to hire somebody. So I just got to set them up for whatever.
Got you.
Yeah. So going off of that topic, I guess, of interviewing and stuff like that, I've found that it's weird, because when you're trying to find a job, or when you're trying to be your own person or going through your career, a lot of the times you feel that you have to be great at everything.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, we look at everything holistically. We want to see a well-rounded candidate. But then you hear the things that you hear people say also, a master, jack of all trades is a master of none. And if you're good at everything, that means you're not great at one thing. And being able to specialize in one thing, or being great at one area, a lot of people say can help propel you going forward. So I want to bring up the topic today of, what do you feel about being versatile in what you do, and versus being a specific master of something. So you were trying, and this kind of goes into what you were doing with the stream. So before, you were doing a bunch of different videos, putting out a bunch of different content. And although you were putting out a lot of content and you were growing slowly, it seems like when you started specializing in the streams, consistently doing that, things started to pop off for you. Was that coincidence, or do you think that there was something to that?
I definitely think that there was something to it, because, like I said, I think I even just said before how there's like even people that weren't even messing with the channel hopping on the streams and hitting that subscribe button just from what they see.
Right.
So it's most definitely something to it. It's not. I don't think it was just coincidence that it started to pop off, and I think a lot of people like enjoy just seeing the live reactions, seeing all the. Even though it's like there's a lot of mistakes that can happen live, it's still that live reaction. So it's raw content that it just can't be beat at sometimes. Like, I mean, you can make the best video, but some stuff that happened live, like some of the funniest stuff happened when it's live. It's just like, I don't know. It's definitely, there's definitely pros and cons to doing both, but like I said, I definitely think there's something to it too, with the switch up.
Yeah. Do you think that, like, let's say for an example, you weren't doing live, like, do you think that lives just happen to be like a cheat code for you, where we all know, and I even mentioned this before you started, I don't want to take all the credit for putting you on to doing lives and telling you this plan that it's going to be amazing for you. But I did suggest, maybe a month ago or so, where it was like, yo, you should hop on the YouTube lives because you were trying to do Twitch. I was like, dude, you have to hop on the YouTube live and like marinate these subscribers that you have to build that relationship, because they might randomly just be sub to you and then be on YouTube one day surfing, and then they might come across your live and you just having a conversation with them, acknowledging them. They make they build that connection, and that's something that I want to do with my channel too.
Gotcha.
Once I grow, because I think it's important. I think live is just a cheat code to building a relationship with your subscribers. So do you feel like, because you think that it's the live, or do you think that it's because you're doing consistent lives, or you think it's a mix of both?
I definitely think it's a mix of both. But I really like what you said, where it's like it's a cheat code basically because you can get that instant interaction with the people that follow you. And then once you get that interaction, that's what a lot of people like inside their channels. It's that interaction, because they make videos. They make videos for people to watch, but they don't have the, like, I could say, like, we'll say, like, Prince, an example.
Yeah.
Like,
shout out Prince.
Shout out Prince. But yeah, so I think that he had hopped on, I don't even remember, I think it was probably one of the first lives I did. And it was just like that instant interaction where you had asked him if he went on the podcast. And then, like you said, he didn't even know about the podcast before that. And now he actually messes with them. So it's that you can make stuff like that happen when you're doing the live. That I think is just so beneficial. Other than just doing like a video and scrolling through the comments and replying through comments, you can get that live conversation. And then once you get that live conversation, like I said, that's what a lot of channels lack. Where it's like people feel as though you have the content. Content might be great, but they feel as though you're kind of in that untouchable
right. I was going to say that exact same thing.
You're in that
I was going to say that exact same thing.
But that's the difference of what I want to do with my channel, where I want to be like how I even do like the plan with subscribers. I know it's going to be switching up when I get a whole bunch, but I still am going to be doing it. Don't get me wrong. But it's still I don't want to be that untouchable type of person where you feel as though you can't interact with me. That's why the lives are so beneficial, and that's why I'm going to continue to keep doing them, just to have those relationships with the different people that subscribe to me. Because once you build that up, then it's just going to keep going from there. Because that's what I said. A lot of people lack, so that's what people are looking for right now. So if I can provide that, boom, it's a set thing.
Right. Yeah, and I think that with the lives, even I mean, I've seen channels that, and I don't know if they've grown through lives, but I've seen channels that have initially grown their channel, but the people that are running the channels are interacting with they're interacting with the comment section, they're interacting with the people, and they're just oh, it's all good. I lost my train of thought. What? Oh, all right. Let me think of what I was saying. All right, let me restart here. Yeah, so I think with the lives and even channels I've seen that have grown, I don't know if they've done lives in the past or whatever, how they've built up that relationship, but I think that a lot of the times they're doing that post-production, comment section, and they're interacting, but you can only do that when you're getting, a lot of comments and you're responding back to people. But in order to kind of break that barrier, even you noticed it with Prince too, just bringing back his name when he watched the podcast, because you broke down that barrier in the live stream. He probably felt more comfortable commenting on your videos and building an interaction through there too. So I think anybody that's starting off with YouTube, they kind of like that. Even when we talked about the commenting on other people's channels, they like the fact that like you have that interaction. I had somebody this week actually email me asking me for something, asking me for this additional resource or advice for taking their MCAT exam from my videos. So just hearing those little things, those are the things that you kind of do it for.
Yeah, most definitely. And then, like I said, it's easy to, once you get that connection, that's what keeps people coming back, because then they feel like they found that person that they can actually connect and talk to or play with or do stuff like that. Where they can't find us. Like, Ninja don't play with subscribers. My guy just streams. He just has the content. I mean, he plays with Drake, but that was a minute ago. But
but he's like he's in that untouchable area.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, even when I can't say exactly how it's gonna be set up with my thing when I do get to that type of prestige or whatever you want to call it. But right now, I'm most definitely just trying to continue to connect with each and every person that joins it live. Like, I'll call you out if you say hi in the chat. I'll call your name out and I'll make sure that I acknowledge you. But yeah, I mean, even though I'm not best with the chat all the time.
It's a learning process. But no, I guess back onto the topic. Do you feel that it's possible, even if you're like trying to master one thing, or even if you're sticking with one thing, do you think it's possible to just like zone in on one thing without being somewhat versatile? Do you think it's like possible to be like the best streamer in the world and you just do streams without being somebody that, like you said, is personable, interacts with the chat, isn't this untouchable figure? Do you think that that's possible?
Yeah, it's most definitely possible. 'Cause, I mean, you see it like in a whole bunch of different channels out there. But that just depends on the type of person and what type of channel the person is attempting to build. Like, if you're just attempting to build like just a good channel, a lot of views, you'll have fans. And that untouchable, like I said, Ninja and all those people, you will have fans. You'll get money. You'll do all that. But like I said, I'm different because I'm trying to build a different type of fan base. I'm trying to build an interactive type of fan base other than just a watch my videos, watch what I can do type of fan base. So I mean, it just depends on the person, what type of channel they're trying to build. At least to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on what you value, really. If you're somebody that values, like what you said, the building of a strong family and a strong connection with your fan base, then you're going to be somebody that's like, all right, I'm doing strictly streams, but I also want to be somebody that's good at talking to people, somebody that's good at giving advice, somebody that's able to do podcasts, somebody that's able to do regular videos at the same time, to be able to diversify my portfolio and be able to make as much impact as possible. Like, you may get onto a point where you're doing Q&A or you're doing different types of streams. So like the one night you were doing late night with just like talking advice talk. And not interacting with people. Having that, I guess, the direction, but being able to spread your fingers out and touch different areas. I think that some may call that a jack of all trades in a way, because you're not just a streaming channel. You're a diverse YouTube channel. You even mentioned how you were planning to diversify your YouTube channel. So that's definitely in the plan too. Like, I mean, definitely reach outside of gaming, just because to reach the whole community. Like, even with like the podcast, that was one of the different aspects. Even though it still has like the gaming content and stuff like that, I still want to make sure that I'm diverse enough where it's not just one certain group of people would be attracted to my channel or be attracted to watching my videos and stuff like that. Right.
So I'm trying to get somebody or everybody to have something that they could possibly be attracted to learn or to just be entertained by.
Yeah. What do you think is your like ultimate goal though? As far as like, if you were to say I want to master this one thing, what would you say?
As in, like, The ultimate goal.
I mean, not that. Not
like, hits me with all the crazy deep question, bro.
No, yeah. Like what? Yeah, you could think about it. I while you think about it, I'll expand on it a little bit and just I guess talk from my perspective. So let's say like my ultimate goal, I want to be a doctor, be a surgeon, but my ultimate goal is to be able to through that work be able to make a difference in an area or a field of medicine to the best of my ability. So just being able to master in on being an excellent caretaker and somebody that sets the bar for others is kind of like the direction I aim towards, and to be able to make that impact in that way. So if that means being the best surgeon possible by doing X amount of cases a year and getting great outcomes and having people always refer back to me, that's like mastering that craft, or like what I want to master in an ultimate end. But it may not be that. It may be like using that notoriety and using that skill set and that label of being a surgeon to be able to go and do talks at different schools across the country and inspire people through that. So it's always trying to use what I have to make a change and impact in the long run for the future generations.
Got you.
So that's kind of like what I mean by like what do you want to master in your abilities?
I would say it's definitely would be one of the things would be just to, I guess, pave the way for people that are. And I think I even talked about it inside the late night talk that I did. People that are like indecisive, I guess, on what they want to do. Just to, I guess, inspire to just try different things. Like with my channel, like I said, I said it a whole bunch of times. I'm trying something new every day with this channel. This was definitely not where I envisioned myself. I mean, I always loved video games, but I never envisioned myself doing like a gaming channel or something like that. Right. But I feel as though if you get out there to try new things, you can create so many different experiences that you probably never would have done, which would just, I think, just trying out different things and creating those experiences just improve quality of life by so much, because it's like you're doing all these different things that you may not even think that you would enjoy, but if you actually tried it, then you actually enjoy it. So it's right. To, I guess my ultimate goal is just to inspire. I guess that's inspire to, like I said, try different things, do different things, come with different things, and just be creative in whatever you want to do.
Kind of helping people understand that they're kind of like limitless in a certain way.
Yeah, most definitely. I guess that's one of them. I can't say that I have only one ultimate goal.
I mean, what other goals?
So I'd say the other one would just be to also be like the outlet for somebody if they have something that they like need to talk about or stuff like that, just to be either the outlet or me inputting something into them, as in knowledge wise, or just something that would be able to help them when they're in that situation,
right,
or when they're in that mind state. So I mean, like I even stated it also in the late night podcast thing, how I would be playing with people, and then like even if they wanted to just talk out some stuff, I'll be there and talk it out, and then I'll in turn be able to help them just by playing a game with them. I said that's not even going to be on like a live stream or nothing. That's somebody got something to talk about, hit me up, I got you.
For only $10.99. For only $10.99 an hour.
But yeah, so it's I guess my ultimate goal is just to help improve quality of life for different people.
Yeah, man.
Because that kind of encompasses the entirety of everything that I was saying. It's just improving quality of life as much as I can for whoever I can.
Yeah.
Just because, I don't know, that's just from different experiences that I've been through and different stuff that I've gone through. I think just that's like one of the best things to do is just to help people improve quality of life.
Yeah.
Because you only have one life right now, so you got to live it to the best that you possibly can.
For sure. I mean, I feel like you just had a revelation where I mean, if you wanted to be like a therapist or a sit down talk, type of person, advisor in that way, I think that that's something that you should definitely strive to pursue beyond video games. If that's something that is brings you ultimately the most fulfillment, that's something where a business you could start up, a practice you could start up, and it's never too late to get involved and kind of see. Because if you want to be great at that, right? Like you could learn it naturally by just having conversations with people, living life. That might take you 10, 20 years before you become nice with it. But if you go in and start studying elements of psychology, elements of, just talking and lending an ear and advising and inspiring, finding books, finding textbooks, reading up, like gaining that knowledge, and you craft that skill, you're going to be even better at what you do and be able to make a change even more than if you took a longer, more natural route. So it may be something that you find and you maybe today go out and find a book on like whatever, psychology or like psychotherapy or social work, different stuff like that, where you're able to provide somebody an outlet and that inspiration to kind of get up and understand that they're limitless and can accomplish anything.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely something I've thought about. But yeah, so it's not off the rut. I mean, it's not far out from what I'm doing. But it's definitely a great strategy, great plan. Okay, all right. So we're gonna end it off there. It's been quite a while. Been doing this for a minute. So we had definitely a great conversation. Appreciate Terence as always.
Of course.
Co-speaker in this podcast, and
if you made it to the end here and you came from the stream, make sure you put a comment down below. Let us know.
Yes, sir. So appreciate you guys all for tuning in, and we will see you in the next podcast. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.
Peace.